Hang on, I'm just taking my slippers off. There, I'm ready. Oh, what a kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle!
Innit? It's what day are we on?
No idea.
We're on Thursday, the 20-something of August. So hang on, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I think it's the 22nd.
22nd, that's what it says on my watch anyway.
You're not watching this on Thursday, the 22nd. We haven't discovered the ability to publish videos before we've even recorded and edited them yet. But we'll be the first to do so, and some other channel will probably try to copy us after and not do a good job of it. Hello, shall we just crack on with this?
Yes, let's crack on.
Hello!
Hello.
We're on our sofa. Some of you thought we were honeymooning in the Bahamas.
Oh, I wish we could afford it.
Can't afford a honeymoon in Birmingham, never mind the Bahamas. But yes, we got married on Saturday.
Oh, we did.
Didn't know already, we've been plastering stuff all over social media. Wow.
Awesome.
And we got so many people just saying congratulations, and people sending gifts that say congrats. I hate gifts. Please don't...
GIF.
Yeah,
GIF.
Don't comment with a GIF, because it takes longer to click the GIF button and then type congratulations and search for a GIF and select the GIF and then post the GIF than it just write, unless these people are just thick and never went to school.
That's right.
Congratulations. So, and a lot of you asking questions and stuff. So we thought, I don't know which of the three lenses I'm looking at. So if I'm not looking you in the eye, I am sorry, I am trying. So we thought we'd make a video and tell you about everything that happened.
Yes.
Although I think we're into about minute 9 already, aren't we?
I think we might be.
Not even started yet. Lots of people wanting to know what happened.
We got married.
You were going to say something then, weren't you?
Probably, but I forgot now.
So yeah, we got married on the 17th of August, last Saturday.
At Ardross Castle.
And one of the most popular comments we got is, "You're already married." Makes me want to cough when I do that.
We were already married, but we have never had a wedding.
That's right. We've been together for 32 years. We got married 18 years ago in June, but we never had a wedding. It was just like signing forms in a pokey, dingy, horrible registry office. We're not going to say where because we don't want to embarrass them, but I'm sure there's better places than Pontefract. It wasn't the most romantic of occasions, let's put it that way.
It was pretty crap, really, wasn't it?
And we've never been in a position to arrange a nice wedding like the one we've just had. And that leads on to the second question is, why have you got married at the Traitors Castle? Well, when we booked it, it wasn't really known as the Traitors Castle.
No, it wasn't.
Sorry, I've got an itch in my nose. It only really took off about a month after we booked it.
Yeah.
The reason we booked Ardross Castle is basically it's round the corner from where we live.
And it's beautiful.
It is literally the nearest, nicest castle to where we live, which is why we booked it. And it's a good job we did because the prices have gone up since Traitors, haven't they? Don't tell them.
They've trebled.
So we were quite lucky. We've answered 2 questions. We're going on all right, aren't we?
Yeah. Can I go yet?
Yeah. So what happened? Well, it's been months and months in the planning.
Yes.
And it all... Basically, the party kicked off on last Friday, and we went across there Friday morning and started setting everything up and building easels and putting the signs up and finding his way around the castle. Now, on Friday, it was just our closest friends and family that were arriving.
Yes.
And they arrived during the afternoon.
About 3-ish.
And we were giving them big hugs because we've not said hello to them or seen them. Never mind said hello to them.
Some of them for years.
For years. And my best friend, Jamie, he got the longest hug.
He got the longest hug, yes.
And the tightest hug. No friction, just tight and long. What?
Oh,
tight and long's all right. It's just when you throw friction into it, that just makes it a bit awkward.
Yeah.
And
especially when his girlfriend's there.
Especially when his girlfriend's there. And then in the evening, we had a lovely... And we say barbecue. The barbecue was outside, but the people brought the food in for us.
The weather was a bit windy and rainy, wasn't it?
Yeah, originally...
On the Friday.
We were going to have like a gazebo outside, and we were all going to sit outside. But when we knew the weather wasn't going to... I mean, it was all right. It was just a bit breezy, and there were some showers about. So we decided to have it in the castle, which I think was the right decision.
I think so, yes.
It was lovely. It was like when you watch Traitors when the people are wandering about with drinks.
It is.
Except it was us and not them, wasn't it? And nobody got murdered or banished. Well, we did send one home for misbehaving. But... And Friday was lovely because it was nice and intimate. There was about 40 of us. And it was really nice, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, I loved it.
And then we went to bed and
Didn't sleep.
didn't sleep much at all. And then Saturday was just a bit of a blur, wasn't it?
It was. It was just, I could barely walk at the end of the night.
Now you're thinking of after the wedding night. First thing we did was have breakfast with all the friends and family that had been with us the night before. They laid on a big breakfast for us in the dining room. As other guests started to arrive,
We disappeared.
and we disappeared upstairs to get ready.
Yes.
Which was a bit of a laugh because we had the photographers and the videographers with us by this point, and I was wearing my kilt traditionally,
Yes.
in the traditional way, so I had to be careful who I was showing it to. But you had pants on, didn't you?
I had to.
Which is a good job because there is a photograph floating about of under Sean's kilt, taken by the photographer, which Sean wasn't best pleased about when he saw. But it was quite funny.
Yeah, it's all right.
And I think they've blown it up to make it look nice and big for you, haven't they, underneath there? And then I asked what time it was, and it was 3 minutes past 12. We were due to be down in the hall for the ceremony at 12. So we were starting to flap a bit and get a little bit like, come on, hurry up, let's hurry this up.
It was the photographers just doing their thing.
Yeah. So we were all kitted out and we went downstairs and we had a bagpiper and he started bagpiping. That's what they do, innit?
He started blowing.
Blowing his bag or his pipe. No, he blows into his pipe and squeezes his bag, doesn't he?
That's correct.
That just sounds wrong on so many levels. And it was a bit of a blur, to be honest. I remember walking in and I remember everybody laughing, not laughing, everybody were laughing at me, everybody cheering and clapping. And we got to the front and James, who was the minister, he did the service for us.
He was awesome.
And we didn't know what he was going to say. We knew that we'd practiced the ring bits and stuff.
Yeah, we practiced the vows and everything.
But we didn't know what he was going to say. And it was really good.
Yeah.
It was really nice what he said. We're not going to tell you because we've forgotten. We're going to have to wait for the wedding video to come out on DVD and Blu-ray, I think.
DVD, do they still make them?
Yeah, K-Tel are releasing it for Christmas.
K-Tel.
Can't buy it in the shops though, can you? So we did that, and then we drank some whiskey out of a lovely cup that he gave us.
I can't remember what you call it.
Is it like it begins with a C?
We'll
like
put a caption here.
Check or something. And then we had to eat a biscuit, and we hadn't practiced that bit. So basically, the vicar was giving me biscuits, and I was just eating them instead of giving them to Sean. And then I had to put the ring on his finger, and I held up the wrong hand.
Yeah, he did that on purpose.
To see how long it would take him to notice. And he was just about to put it on and I was like, changed finger. And we got our new rings. I can put my tongue in my ring on. Yeah.
Really?
And then we left and the bagpipers started playing again and we left and everybody was clapping and cheering again.
And then it was for photographs.
Yeah, and then we were kind of randomly moved around the grounds and
Yes.
lots of photographs were taken. It's amazing how many nooks and crannies there are around that castle and its grounds.
Yes.
Isn't there?
There is.
He managed to get us everywhere.
We walked a long way.
But we'll talk about the wedding night later. And then before we knew it, it was time for the food and we went back in.
Food was gorgeous.
And it was lovely, wasn't it?
Food was delicious.
The hall was all set out completely differently because it was the same hall. And they just took all the seats out and put big tables and our top table. And there's a lovely photo of us sat at the top table with flowers and everything. Flowers were brilliant because we wanted like a mixture of Yorkshire, which is where we come from, as you can probably tell from
and
the
Scotland.
accent. And Scotland, because that's where we are. So we had white roses for Yorkshire and we had the Highland thistles for Scotland. And there was all sorts of kind of lilies and greenery and all sorts.
It was absolutely lovely.
It was lovely.
It smelt gorgeous.
We got to bring most of them home.
Yes.
Which was a bit tough on the bus.
On the bus.
But everybody held a few, didn't they? It was like a Take That concert.
No, it wasn't.
With flowers, people holding flowers in the air, wasn't it?
Oh dear.
But yeah, the food was absolutely lovely. We had, what was the starters? You had haggis, neeps and tatties.
Yes, I did.
I had butternut squash, lime, chilli and coconut. Soup, which was lovely. The mains, there was Morrisher chicken in like a nice white sauce.
That's what I had.
And salmon. There was baked, slightly smoked salmon.
Yes. There was a vegetarian option. I can't remember what that was.
Yeah, it was something to do with grape nuts and grass, I think. Not really into my veggie foods. And then the puddings were lovely. There was a lemon tart, which
I had.
And a chocolate pudding, which I had 2 of.
Yes, I did.
She brought me an extra one.
Do you want another one, Colin?
Yes, please. So that was nice. And then drinks, and we had canapes, and then we cut the wedding cake.
We did.
Wedding cake was lovely. It's made by Fiona McKinnon.
It was stunning.
We cut it with Justin's big chopper, didn't we?
We did, yes. We've got a photo of the cake, but not of us cutting it yet.
I thought you were going to say we've got a photo of the cake, but not of Justin's big chopper.
I don't want that.
I think we've got a photo of me holding Justin's big chopper.
We have, yes.
We might be able to find that. And then it was photos again. We were going all about, and all the family were coming out, weren't they? And we were getting like all the portrait shots, like Sean and his best man, me and my best man, and
best woman,
my best man and his best man,
my sister.
So there were loads of those photos. We're still waiting for a lot of them. It's going to be a while. We've got a few.
We've only got a dozen or so, haven't we?
Which are really nice.
Dozen, that's it.
But all the guests were uploading their photos too. We've got like a big cloud. And there's hundreds on there so far.
Yeah, there
Although
is.
somebody's been a bit naughty, and there's a couple of photos of belly buttons and stuff, isn't there?
Is there?
Yeah. And then everything was kind of repurposed again, and then the band arrived, and then it all kicked off at night. And the band warmed us up with some Kaylee dancing.
And we had to go, didn't we? Imagine if a dance was a car crash. It was like that. It was chaos.
It was. I like to think I've got rhythm,
but we haven't.
but not when it comes to Scottish country dancing, innit? It's like
That's basically what it is.
But this thing called Strip the Willow, I think that was one of them, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
And then something, we were bog useless. Let's put it that way. We were bog useless. And we even tried, because we knew a few of our neighbours who came with us.
They could do it.
Who could do it, they told us. So we deliberately stood behind them, thinking we'll just copy exactly what they do. No.
That didn't work.
No, we just ended up bumping into them. Hips were broken, insults were thrown.
People were
Ambulances
shouting.
arrived. No, none of that was true.
No, it was a good laugh.
But we were useless at Kaylee dancing, so after about half an hour we gave up on that.
Yes.
And went and had some
It was exhausting.
pulled pork rolls and said hello to everybody instead.
Yes, we
and
did.
did even more photos.
Yeah.
And then before we knew it, that was it.
Gone.
Everybody was on the coach home, and it was done, and we collapsed into bed.
And then met our staying guests for breakfast the next morning.
Yep, Sunday morning.
Before we waved them to our.
And then we waved all them goodbye, like Sean says. And that was it. The castle was empty. We were doing some bits of tidying up and putting all the booze that hadn't been drunk in the back of the car.
Yes.
We hadn't paid for it, but then you go. Somebody needed to have it. And then got in the car and
drove away.
Cried my eyes out all the way home.
You did. Really did.
And I put something on social media about it.
Yeah.
Because I've never felt like that before. And I think it's because I've never felt the way I did during the weekend. It was just so good. It was so nice. And I don't think I've ever been as happy ever as I was that week, that Friday and Saturday.
Exactly.
And I think that's why there was such... It wasn't like a unhappy... I wasn't unhappy. It was just sad that it was over.
Yeah.
Like a grief, but a happy grief.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense, absolutely.
And I want to do it again, but you can't do it again.
I don't want to do it again because it'll spoil it.
I know, I think it was just seeing everybody.
Yeah.
But then it settled down a bit. I'm still sad when I think about it like that.
Yeah, you get emotional when you start looking at photos.
I still have a little cry. I had a little cry in the bath yesterday when I saw some of the photos, and I had a little cry. It wasn't like an ugly cry. It was like the single tear. Do you know what I mean? It was like that. And then, because I kept thinking I should video this because it could be useful for like drama students. We want to say thank you to everybody that sent us cards. We got so many cards, and I want to try and work my way through them and say thank you to everybody. But if I haven't said thank you to you yet, I still don't know which hole I'm looking at. Thank you, and for the wedding gifts as well. It was just, we got some amazing things. We've got this lovely drawing of Dylan, Otis, and Ollie from Pauline and Derek.
Pauline and Derek on Silver Fox. It's an awesome picture.
And we got all sorts of really nice things. It was really sweet. It was lovely.
All done.
Shall we get a divorce and then do it again next
year?
Oh,
shall we?
Absolutely not.
No.
It's wiped out our life savings.
It has. We've got nothing left.
Genuinely, honestly, having to start from scratch. We're praying that the weather picks up so that we get some honey, so that we can at least get
Get some honey sold.
a few £100 back in the jar for Christmas. We're waiting on the proper photographs and the video to come.
Yes.
Now, if you were a guest at the wedding, or if you got a guest from a far package from us, or if you're a supporter of us with Patreon or a YouTube member, then we'll show you some of those as soon as we get those. But it could be weeks away, I think.
It could be, yeah.
Right, that's it. We've got lots of work to do, so we can't sit here rattling off to you all night. You rattle off every night, don't you?
Are we live this weekend?
I think we're live, but
Oh, good, I can have a drink.
by the time people have watched this, we might have already been live.
I'll be able to have a drink.
So we'll put a link to the live in the video description if it's not Saturday yet. Right, we'll either see you tomorrow, today, last week, whenever you watched it, or we'll see you next time. Take care of yourself, bye-bye.
Ta-da!